What is the meaning of being an artist?
I am scared to speak up, but this honor reminds me that I am an artist. And to be an artist, it is my job to feel and to empathize. And for those of you who are telling us artists not to speak up in fear of losing jobs, in fear of losing careers, in fear of losing reputation, you are telling us not to be artists. And I want to say to you people that I am an artist and I refuse to sacrifice and live in the hatred of humanity. Cease fire now. Free Palestine.
And the topic is made for justice. And that is why I included that video. Now, before we go ahead with this, there are some basic ideas for context. The question that I asked in the beginning of the video was, what makes an artist? And according to the understanding from Amrit Kaur's speech, and that is I believe, one of the most courageous and inspirational acts I've seen in the recent times. I'll just come up with some things that actually make you an artist. See, all of us, whoever chooses the profession of art, by definition becomes a rebel, because in this world, people usually just want you to become slaves and work a corporate 9-to-5 job. And if you are somebody who says no and rebels against it, and you want to do something that makes meaning to you, and that becomes the definition of an artist. An artist is not just somebody who paints or takes pictures and is commercial. An artist is a way of being as well. And these are the definitions that kind of gave an idea, a rise of thought when I watched that speech. The first one is courage and fear. See, when she is speaking, she says that she is fearful, but she is also courageous to know that she might get cancelled. A lot of things might happen to her, but still, she'll go ahead, right? Being an artist actually gives us that courage to pursue whatever it is and to actually do good in it. The second is the role of an artist. I recently was watching a stand-up comedian's interview, and they said the stand-up comedians are the people who are very jolly and loose in front of an audience. But when they meet in their personal time, all right, they are the people who will have deep conversations about anything. These deep conversations are something that we need as artists, and that deep feeling of empathy to connect with someone, to actually portray those emotions, that is very important. When you are basically raising your voice, and the third is speaking up for truth. When you are raising your voice, as she has said in the video as well, there are a lot of people who will come and tell you that this is not okay. For example, the managers. In her case, and actually in the case of entire Hollywood, why people are not able to speak up on the matter is because a lot of the managers are telling them not to do so, all right? And that actually goes against the fundamental nature of an artist. An artist is supposed to free flow. They're supposed to make their own rules, not adhere to the rules that are given to them. If they do that, they become more commercial. The fourth one is integrity and sacrifice. As you step into the world of art, you basically already have sacrificed a lot. Now, if you look at her particularly, she is sacrificing something. She might be cancelled. She might have no shows whatsoever after this. People, half the industry might not talk to her. But she still chooses to live with that integrity of being an artist, which is a privilege, and sacrificing whatever is needed in that way. There is this quote that I have read recently that if you are not speaking up against the evil, then you are perpetuating it, you are helping it. And that hatred on humanity is something that she is speaking up. She is speaking up about the injustice that is happening, which is very, very important. And the sixth is, as the beautiful word goes, and I myself cannot say it enough, cease fire now. She gives a call to action. She tells people what to do. As an artist, when we paint something, when we make something, it has a meaning. And that meaning lights up your soul as well. That is very important. Free Palestine. Yes, free Palestine. That word, that sense, that emotion, that is very important. And when we go with that action, we are able to create, I am able to create this video Yes, that video was inspired by her speech. Thanks to her. Now let me read the text on Stoicism and we'll go ahead. The book is The Daily Stoic and let me read it. 20th July, Meet for Justice. Person acts against the God. For insofar as the nature of the universe made rational creature for the sake of each other, towards mutual benefit, based on value, and never for harm. Anyone breaking nature's will obviously acts against gods or God in my case. We say of the most heinous act that they are crimes against nature. And this made me to actually think that, nature, if we think about living with nature or in par with nature or in the way that things have to flow, actually nobody has to die. Nobody has to steal anything. Nobody has to deal with any kind of abuse or any kind of harassment whatsoever, and life can actually go on very, very smoothly if we try to live according to nature. And the nature that actually the God has made, which is peaceful, which is free-flowing, which is beautiful, and which actually doesn't demand anything. If you think about it, anything that you require to stay alive is free. Anything that is luxurious, that is something that other people are benefiting from it, that may be expensive. Now, let me read further. We consider certain things an affront against humanity, saying this violates everything we hold dear. However, much we differ in religion, upbringing, politics, class, or gender, we can come together in agreement there. Why? Because our sense of justice moves marrow deep. We don't like it when people cut in line. We don't like freeloaders that protect the defenseless. We paid our taxes agreeing in part to redistributing our wealth to those in need at the same time. If we think we can get away with it, we might try to cheat or bend the rules. To paraphrase Bill Walsh, when left to our own devices, many of us individuals seek lower ground like water. Now, the situation that is happening right now, or the situation that might be happening in your life, to act justly without any benefit other than the benefit of character and the long-term benefits of it. To act with justice is, if I sum this video up, it is our duty to act with justice, because otherwise we are just making the life of other people hazardous. And if you think about art, this is not why we started. Thank you.